Our problem is we think of intelligence as mostly intellectual, but there are many forms of intelligence. There's the intelligence that has to do with words. There's abstract intelligence that has to do with patterns and mathematics. There's kinetic intelligence that has to do with the body. There's social intelligence. Your brain naturally veers towards one of them. It can veer towards two of them, that happens, but generally one of them kind of dominates, right? And it's like a grain in your brain that's going in a certain direction. You want to go with that grain, and because that's where your power will lie. When you're young, if you go back and think about when you were 4 or 5, you can maybe get a picture of some kind of direction or voice inside of you that was impelling you towards this. The thing is, when you figure out that primal inclination, that grain that's inside of you, you learn at a faster rate because you're emotionally engaged. When you're emotionally engaged in a subject, the brain learns 2x, 3x, 4x as fast as when you're not.
There's that famous statement that says, we judge other people by their actions, not their intentions.
Yes.
And we judge ourselves by our intentions, not our actions. And when we're looking at someone else, we're blind to their intention. It's just what they said or what they did. Whereas when we look at ourselves, we can justify why we said it and why we did that. We have to start offering both sides that grace and compassion and empathy, because otherwise we're going to constantly feel that everything's against us and everyone's not for us.
People who play racket sports live longer than everybody else. This is a replicated study on like 90,000 people, because what coordination does is it activates your cerebellum, little brain, 10% of the brain's volume in the back. It's half the brain's neurons. And if you activate that, it turns on the rest of your brain. So I'm a huge fan of table tennis and pickleball, tennis. If you spend a half an hour twice a week, it'll have a major impact on your ability to think. Because you got to get your eyes, hands, and feet all working together while you think about the spin on the ball. I think of it as aerobic chess.
Learn to calm your mind, right? Your mind is going to spool. Nobody has a mind that's calm all the time and focused when they want it to be and falls asleep perfectly every night. Nobody gets that. No human being gets that. So you have to put some work into it. That involves doing, maybe it's 5 minutes of meditation a day. I'm a big believer in prayer. I think that combines a number, if not all of the features of the things that we hear about, like meditation and all these other things, into a practice that if you spend some time with it, I think it can be very useful. So get your physiology right, and the rest will start falling into place. But if you're not getting your physiology right, the rest isn't gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You're gonna have a very hard time sticking to anything. So the mental health crisis is going to be cured first by taking care of our core physiology.
Most psychiatric illnesses are not mental illnesses. They're brain health issues. If I get your brain healthy, well, your mind tends to follow, because your brain, the physical moment-by-moment functioning of your brain, creates your mind. And if your brain isn't healthy, your mind isn't healthy.
The human brain is not designed for success. The human brain is designed for survival.
Right.
Survival is about conserving energy. Success is the opposite. Success is about expending energy, doing things that are uncomfortable. So it doesn't mean if you do this, if you struggle with procrastination, if you've made bad choices, it doesn't mean you're doomed for failure. It actually means you have a perfectly functioning, healthy, normal human brain. But success is not normal. Success is not average. Success is not what most people experience. If you are trying to experience success, you need to rewire, literally, the neural pathways in your brain